right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, fellow Pandemonium travelers, this is Seattle Pandemonium Shutdown Day 143 by my count. Over the weekend, oh my goodness, so much anger and destruction and chaos down in Portland. Up here in Seattle, also a little bit of chaos and destruction and disorder. Guys, I don't even know. I've either already said it or apparently I don't know what to say. I don't know what the destroying stuff does. I don't know what the burning things down does. These people need to look. Friday, I believe it was Friday. Police Chief Best issued a letter of, call it a warning, I guess. It's almost an admission. What is it? A disadmission of liability. We, the Seattle Police Department, will be unable to protect people and or property in the event of rioting. Basically, you're on your fucking own. However, at the same time, as we saw with that couple in St. Louis, if you take matters into your own hands to protect yourself, your life, your liberty, your property, with, say, a firearm or a weapon of some other kind, and it gets at least videoed or photographed, is the city going to say, oh, well, the police couldn't do anything, so you took care of it yourself using your Second Amendment right? Are they going to back you up on that? Hell no, they're not. You know that. So what are you supposed to do? What are people supposed to do? Everyone went out and panic bought a bunch of guns, like millions and millions of guns were sold to first-time gun owners over the last 6 months. And they are supposed to stand by and watch people destroy their business, light a business on fire that is attached to their business? What are they supposed to do? This is just asinine nonsense. And you know what? People have had it. I mean, people have absolutely had it. If these rioters want to come out into the suburbs and start fucking shit up, which is what they're calling for, by the way. What's what they want to do, because that's where the people live. They start messing up your day. That's what they want. They want to disrupt your life so that you get mad too. But they're going to come out into these neighborhoods and they're going to get shot by people. That's what's going to happen. And we already had a death over the weekend too, a shooting. What was that guy? Was it Dallas or Houston? I believe it was in Texas. This guy's open carrying his AK. He's a protester. He's, married to or dating a black girl. And a car tries to drive around through the mob and, go on their way. And he brandishes the gun at them and I think fires at them. And they return fire and now he is dead. Okay? Little escalations like that. That's what's going to happen. And more people are going to shoot each other, and it's going to raise tensions. And it's partially because everyone's so mad at the police that the police just walk away. And they don't enforce any order of any kind. And then people get shot, like the Chop. Seriously, guys. Like, it seems like there's a disconnect between the cause and effect here. Like, the issue of police brutality and police being bad at enforcing the law is like the argument. Like, that's what the claim is this is unacceptable and we don't want to do this anymore. Police budgets are out of control. We need to rein them in and make it so that take their funding and give it to other ends of the spectrum of society, and so that we will get a better outcome in terms of like law enforcement, but not just law enforcement, but just law and order in general. I get it. But burning people's businesses down and trashing everything and attacking police officers in the street who are just trying to stop you from burning down a building is not really the civil rights struggle that's not really the hill to die on, in my opinion. You look like assholes. I want you to understand this. I fully understand why you're rioting, and a lot of other people do too. But you look like assholes, okay? And all this shrieking about like, oh, secret police and all this stuff. These federal officers are there to stop you from burning down a building. If you went home, they'd go home. I'm failing to see the problem here. I've been listening to Alex Jones and conspiracy theorists and freedom and liberty-minded people for a long time. I fully am aware of how creepy it is to have federal law enforcement come in and start cracking people's skulls. I'm fully aware of like how much of a slippery slope this is and how dangerous it is, okay, for our democracy and our democratic norms and all that, okay? Fully aware. However, when you're doing X, the response is Y, you continue doing X, and then you keep getting response Y, and then you shriek about how there's secret police abducting people. No, there's rioters who keep trying to burn a building down, and then these guys are there to stop them from burning the building down, which is, quite frankly, one of the only responsibilities these people have in terms of governance. Like the federal government, institute laws and enforce the laws at a federal level. Here's a federal courthouse. These people want to burn it down. They are there to stop them from burning that down so that they can prosecute people for federal crimes in that court. It's like literally one of the only reasons that they exist, and this is one of the only reasons that they have anything to do, and this is one of the only places they're supposed to protect. Like, you attacking it and then getting your ass kicked is really a you problem, not a me or not even a we problem. That's a you problem, okay? You want change? Then vote. Like, I don't understand. Like, we have a system for this. It's called voting. You get people out and get them animated about whatever is the problem, whatever the problem is. That's the Statue of Columbus. It needs to be taken down because it's causing racism. Okay, that sounds idiotic and stupid to me, but okay, if you think that's the problem, then go ahead. Get enough people to agree that, yeah, that Columbus was a bad dude and he shouldn't have a statue of him in the middle of town, and it's representative of bad history or something. Like, okay, do that. Don't just go and tear it down, because you know what's going to happen? You're going to tear it down, it's going to fall on somebody because you're not a structural engineer, okay? Which is literally something that happened, okay? Did that guy die? They pulled the statue down and cracked his skull open like an eggshell. Yeah, don't be a violent moron and get people hurt. Do things like a grown-up. I don't understand, like, again, I'm being a bit glib. Like, I understand it's more complicated than just stop rioting and you'll stop getting your ass kicked, okay? I understand change sometimes requires a little bit of violence. It's literally like, you know, the Nazis tried to change the world with violence, and so more violence was used to stop them, right? I understand. But this isn't Nazi Germany. This isn't the Third Reich. This isn't the Viva la Revolution. This is not some, you know, Marxist uprising, or is it? This is you being mad at your local police department for reasons that have nothing to do with whatever your local police department is doing, and everything to do with some national agenda. It's some broader national agenda. I don't know how to. The Whole Foods is all boarded up. God. Even the Whole Foods isn't safe. There's nothing sacred. Guys. At some point, you have to stop yelling slogans in the street and throwing fireworks at cops. And people have to sit down and discuss policy. Right? Now, you leverage the potential for violence as a means of getting the establishment or whatever to the negotiating table. But I don't feel like that's what's happening here. Ted Wheeler is a cuck. He is 100% for whatever you demand of him. Like, he's an empty suit. He's an empty vessel. Like, you can't talk to Ted Wheeler of all people and get some kind of concessions. Like, the guy is a walking concession. Like, that's all he is to me. Unless maybe he's some sort of secret. What, is he a secret Nazi or something? Is that the idea? He's secretly all about the police beating people. Like, he wants the police to abuse the populace so that he gets off on it. Is that the idea? I mean, come on. look, the situation won't change when you do the same thing over and over. This is insanity, the definition of insanity, right? So I'm just kind of I'm over the idea that this is productive in terms of change.